What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and Congress is back. The House and the Senate, they're in session working away on the reconciliation stimulus bill and the infrastructure bill. And this is your stimulus package update and your infrastructure bill update. Now, take a look, you guys. Democrats return to the Capitol for the showdown over the multi-trillion-dollar funding packages. And we're hearing that the price tag of that $3.5 trillion stimulus reconciliation bill is going to be changing significantly. I'm going to be getting you the details directly from this article, and I'm going to be diving into the negotiations taking place right now. But first, let's start off with a word from Pramila Jayapal, who is leading the charge for more stimulus provisions. She's called for monthly reoccurring checks, unemployment extensions, 6 trillion, 7 trillion, 10 trillion in stimulus. Let's hear a word from her, but first, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date. And if you got any questions, follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. But let's dive right in and take a look at this video footage.
Hey everyone, it's been another big week here in Washington, D.C. And of course, the big ticket item is the ongoing negotiations around the popular Build Back Better Act. As chair of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, I am so proud to be leading the charge to ensure that we deliver on President Biden's entire agenda. That means investing in roads and bridges, but it also means investing in people and our communities. This bill is so important because it will make transformational investments that literally will change how working people and families across our country wake up every morning. It means 12 weeks of guaranteed paid leave, universal childcare, real climate action, pre-K, community college, housing, and healthcare. It means not leaving behind women or working families or immigrants. It means delivering on President Biden's agenda, the Democratic agenda, and what we all promised people throughout America when they gave us the House, the Senate, and the White House. That's why I'm spending so much time negotiating and holding the line on our popular priorities, because we need to pass this legislation to deliver for you. So stay tuned. I'll be sure to keep you updated as things move forward.
So there you have it, head of the Progressive Caucus in the House of Representatives, Pramila Jayapal, and she is the one that is pushing, leading the charge on more stimulus and holding together the stimulus bill as it is. And we heard her list off 7 different provisions that are currently included in that stimulus reconciliation bill, and we heard her mention that right now Democrats, they control the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and we're hearing with them in full control, they need to get this done. They need to get something taken care of right away because midterm elections are coming up in 2022, and if they do not, historically, we've seen that when someone is in full control, if things don't get done, they will flip power to the other side, and we're hearing that if they don't get infrastructure and stimulus done, Republicans will likely take control of the House and the Senate in 2022, making it very difficult for President Joe Biden to probably get things done. And he's already got some pretty low approval ratings at this point, which means in 2024, it'll make it more likely that a Republican president will take his place. Now, right now, negotiations are going on, as we mentioned, in reconciliation, which means majority vote will pass things through. So Democrats are literally negotiating amongst themselves and are unable to come to agreements, as we have progressives like Pramila Jayapal calling for more stimulus and trying to hold the package together. But we have moderates like Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema who have been all over the news this morning, as you saw my previous video, because they're wanting to cut it down significantly. And I'm going to be giving you the new price tag we're hearing that is likely going to be unfolding here. But take a look at these articles coming out this morning, you guys. Manchin seeks to gut key climate provision from infrastructure bill as West Virginia suffers worsening floods. Now, just want to warn you, these headlines are not in favor of Senator Joe Manchin because a lot of fingers are pointing at him for being pretty much the one stumbling block, him and Kyrsten Sinema, to getting things done. Also, take a look. Joe Manchin hates spending more than he loves children. You can see the picture of him holding a small child, and that is because this morning the news came out that he is also wanting to modify and cut down the child tax credits included in the reconciliation stimulus bill. History will not be kind to Senator Joe Manchin. Joe Manchin's ugly new demands expose the absurdity of his arbitrary centrism. And take a look at this, you guys. AOC has accused him and now also also Kirsten Sinema of putting lobbyists over people. Shows off higher fundraising haul. Wow, you guys. She's just calling them out, saying that they are being entertaining lobbyists. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And take a look, you guys, this tweet that just came out from her. It's 2021. You don't have to put corporate lobbyists over people to legislate, fundraise, and win. It's insulting to tell everyday people who worked tirelessly for a majority that they must suffer insane drug prices, no voting rights, and climate disaster for political convenience. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And take a look, you guys, more centrists coming out saying Warner wants a quick infrastructure vote with or without the Build Back Better agenda, saying, listen, infrastructure is ready. It's not our fault you can't get stimulus done. We need infrastructure and we need it passed. And you guys, we're going to be circling back, to use the words of White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, and we're going to be taking a look at this article, and they're going to be letting us know the likely new price tag that is coming from these negotiations. So let's dive right in. Link in the description below. This article says Democrats return to Capitol Hill for a showdown over the multi-trillion-dollar funding packages. And the article says that congressional lawmakers, they've returned to Capitol Hill today to enter a final battle over the two key multi-trillion-dollar spending bills to boost infrastructure and secure President Biden's Build Back Better plan. Now, the Democratic-controlled House and Senate, they will have only 10 legislative days to meet the October 31st deadline to pass both a $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill and a spending bill known as the Build Back Better Act. So you guys, 10 days to get all of this done. And also, we're hearing that this morning, new modifications being called by those moderate centrist Democrats, changing the reconciliation package yet again. So it is not looking good for that timeline of October 31st, but we will see if they're going to be able to get it done. Now, reading on, it says originally projected to cost around $3.5 trillion, but it is likely to get cut down. And here it is. We're hearing the new price tag, $2.2 trillion, or perhaps even lower. So it sounds like this is getting cut down almost in half, down to $2 trillion. Now, this is being done to get wider support amid a standoff between progressives and moderates in the party over the scope and the final price tag. Now, among the major investments of the hard infrastructure bill, it includes funding for roads and highways, bridges, broadband development, water support, and airport projects, while the human spending bill provides funding to fight climate change, Medicare expansion, and free 2-year community college. Now, we had also heard Pramila Jayapal list off 7 different provisions of which they had included in that $3.5 trillion. But as we've seen, this is going to get cut down, and we're going to see what provisions get modified, what gets taken out. And Pramila Jayapal had previously called for larger stimulus, $7 trillion, $6 trillion, $10 trillion, reoccurring monthly checks, unemployment extensions, tons of provisions which have not made it in. They had to compromise down to 3.5. Now it sounds like they're coming down to 2 trillion. Now also, keep in mind the fact that we just heard from President Joe Biden. If you missed that previous video, be sure to check it out as I covered for you in his speech. He supported that call that came from Nancy Pelosi that whatever does not make it into this stimulus package, this reconciliation bill they're working on right now, they want to get all the provisions. So if they can't get them now, just in an effort to get it passed, there's going to be another one coming in 2022, and we will see what provisions make it in this one and which ones are included in the next one. So you guys, right now though, we're seeing negotiations are taking place. The House and the Senate are back in session, and we're seeing modifications made by the hour to the reconciliation bill, and I'll be sure to keep you up to speed here on the channel. So you guys, that is the latest, and as always, thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, take a quick second, smash the like button, helps out the channel a ton. Leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell to stay up to date. Come join the RAM fam, the viewing community. I'll keep you up to speed on all this stuff, and there's a ton going on, so be sure to turn on those notifications, because as soon as it rolls out, I share with you the breaking news right away. And if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. And always use caution here on YouTube, because we get those scammers that go into the comments, try to pose as me, and then they say, contact my assistant on WhatsApp, and then they ask for you to give them money or personal information. And you guys, that's not me. I'm just here to get you caught up on the latest. So with that being said, you guys, thank you so much again for joining me. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.